Good morning and welcome to today's presentation with the caption, The Need for Us to Pay Tax. This episode is starting on the 2nd of this March, which started today, March of 2020. We are going to look at some of the things that we need to know about tax and the way government go about its daily activities with this all money. The question is, are we supposed to pay tax? Which people are supposed to pay tax? Where do government actually get its revenue from? I put this illustration across. In a house where the family, you don't have money, how do you cope? You see, it is very difficult. It is the same when you come to the government. Have to embark on so many projects in the country. But ask yourself, where is government going to get all of this money to embark on the projects? Friends, it is very, very important for us to understand the whole concept of tax. It is very important for us to know which people are supposed to pay tax, which people are supposed to evade tax. Under normal circumstances, the law does not permit anyone to evade tax. Every legible citizen it is obligation. It is the responsibility of that citizen to pay tax to the government. Because in a sense, whatever the government is doing, he is doing on behalf of the citizen and the good interest of the citizen, not his own parochial interests. So we are going to look at certain things that government will embark. Now let us come to our various sectors of the economy. When you come to education is one of the backbone. When a country without a good education, then the country is lacking so many. That is why in African country we are still developing, because the education of the citizen is not enough. So government in each and every country have to put proper mechanism in place, proper plans in place, so that you get and educate the citizen of the country, because these are the human capital of the country. When we don't have the good human capital of the country, it means that the country we are lacking. And so government in various parts of the country, every country is paying much interest, key interest to education. All of these things require money, require funding. So government need our support in order to carry all these duties. For example, just 2016-2017, the government of Nana Akufo-Addo implemented a very excellent initiative, that's free senior high school policy, which is making sure that each and every Ghanaian citizen of school-going age can have the right to go to school without the hindrance of finances and other sources. And so government is spending billions of cedis on this policy, and it is helping all of the country. It is to make sure that all the countries, the citizens of people with school-going age, they can be able to acquire skills, competency. They can speak. They are the future leaders of our country today. But the problem is, when we don't pay tax, where is the government getting money to fund all of this thing? Another scenario we're going to talk about is the health. Now, all people are calling. We need health centers in our communities, our cities, town, urban areas, chief compound, polyclinic, municipal hospital, regional hospitals. But when you don't pay tax, government cannot do that. Who is government? You and I, we are the government. So we need to contribute in order for the government, which is led by some few people, to also carry on their tasks so that we can also live well. Let us also talk about road. For example, this year, most people all across the country, Ghana, we are suffering. People are calling president, our road network is not good. Our road network in unpleasant state. And so government have declared the year 2020 to be a year of road. But the point is that when we don't pay tax, government cannot construct road for us. Never, because that person, the president and his ministers, they are not going to use their pocket money to do all of this thing. It is you and I, the tax we pay. We the taxpayers, we need to pay tax for the government to be able to use it to do all of these projects. Now, recently in China, there is a disease broke about this coronavirus. People are calling in and out that the government of Ghana should come to their aid to come and evacuate them from China because they are really going through some difficulties. Because the diseases that have broken up there is a very serious one, which government needs to go and do. All of this require money or funding. When you don't pay tax, how can government do all of this thing? And so it is very important for us to do so. Government is spending billions of cedis each and every year in order to finance its expenditure. Every year, every calendar year, government year of assessment or government year is 12 calendar months, which government will put all his plan in place. That is the budget, the expenditure he's going to incur for the year. So government will bring up the strategies, the plans to get all revenue in order to finance its expenditure. The method source of government revenue is tax. In a country where we don't pay tax, the governance is very difficult because government will go to the external sources borrowing money from outsiders. That is where our problem lies in Ghana. Because when we go for such loans, there are a lot of conditionalities which has battled us, which have put us into a cave that we don't have any control of ourselves. These people will give us the loan, but then the condition they will give it to us, it is something that we cannot bear. But then because we need the money, we need to go by the condition. For example, Ghana went to IMF. Ghana went to IMF, but the condition was that government cannot employ anyone into the public service, and because of this condition is very difficult. But then the government was in need of money, so government need to go by that. Friends, it is important. Now let us look at the word tax. When we talk about tax, we are saying that tax, it is amount of money. It is amount of money imposed on the people or on a citizen to pay. It is obligation. People say tax is compulsory. No, it is never. It is never compulsory, but it is an obligation that every citizen must pay to the government. Paying tax, it is not forced, but it's our responsibilities. Let us get this right. Many people think that when you are, it's only public servant who pay tax. No, that is not the case. Each and every person, whether you are working in public service or private sector, you need to pay your tax. So, for government workers, they pay tax. At the end of the month, government deduct their tax at source. But the major problem we have is those who are working in the private sectors. Most of the time, they don't pay their tax. because there is no any mechanism in place to deduct their tax from their salary, because those employers are private employers, and so they do what they wish. But there are laws backing the law, the tax, paying of tax. There are a lot of laws backing the tax. When we go to the 1993 Constitution, it has split it clearly that citizens must pay tax. Whether you are resident or non-resident, you need to pay tax. In our next presentation, we are going to look deep into what the law says we should do, what the law required for citizens to pay tax. Now, all of these laws are there, but then people evade tax. Most especially companies evade tax. Why? Because company will find their ways and means to understand their profits. When you understand your profit, it means that the tax you're going to pay is going to be small. So these are the strategies that company takes to evade tax. And as we go on in our presentation, we are going to discover a lot of companies that find their ways to evade tax. Fellow citizens, it is very, very important for us to pay tax, because as we are in the states, as we are in the country, we border taxes, road network, we enjoy all the benefits. So I don't expect someone to say, oh, I won't pay tax because I am not working in the public sector. No. Any citizen, eligible citizen, you must pay tax. Now let us look at, we have various types of taxes. But at this presentation, today's presentation, we are going to look at only two of them. That is direct tax and indirect tax. Now when you come to indirect tax, there are a lot of indirect tax that we are going to discuss about. Now let us look at the direct tax. Direct tax, it is a tax that is borne by a person or a company. Now, when I am paying direct tax, I am taking the money from my pocket to pay it to the government. So I am getting the feeling that this is the amount of the sum of money I am paying to the government. And so I feel it. Companies feel it that yes, they are paying direct tax because they are taking the huge money to government. That's a direct tax. You, the person paying the direct tax, you indeed feel the burden that you are paying something else. But when you come to indirect tax, now indirect tax is levy on the goods and service we consume. Anytime you buy an item, goods or service rendered, you pay indirect tax. How? In the companies where they manufactured all of these goods, the company factor into consideration the tax element to the price. So when you are going to buy, let's say, a pen for 1 cent, the company that produced a pen has been taxed, and so maybe 50 pesos or 20 pesos will be tax elements. So you indirectly you are paying the tax. It's not the company. You get everything. The standard clear. Now, anything you buy, any service you render, the money you pay. So this means that each and everyone pay indirect tax. Now, this is where government major revenue is coming from, because no matter what, people will buy certain things, and all of these things people have been taxed on. When you buy the item, you have been taxed. Now let's take the communication tax for example. We pay communication tax, and almost 90% of Ghanaians are using mobile phones, smartphones, and so they buy credits. The airtime you buy, they charge you tax of previously it was 6%, but last year it has been increased to 9%. So it means that whenever you make tax, so it is very important for us has to pay tax to the Ghana, the government, to embark on its developmental projects. Without that, government cannot do that. So we have established that government main source of revenue is tax. So when we pay tax, government can go on its way. This is not about politics. Let us put off politics and think about the country Ghana. It is only Ghana. No matter how the colors our political party is, we need to pay tax. When you evade tax, the law must deal with you. That's what some people say that paying tax is compulsory. No, it is obligation. But when you fail to comply with the tax law, the law must deal with you. That's how it is. It is not force. And so if you pay it, you are free. But if you evade tax, the consequences must come. Ghana Revenue Authority has now been given the authority, has now been given the power to collect taxes from citizens, whether citizens or non-citizens. Anyone who is operating business, who are enjoying the facilities of our country, need to pay tax, irrespective of where you are. If you're a Ghanaian citizen and you're out there working, you need to pay tax to the government. Every day we say we are going to the outside world to borrow money, take loans. Ask yourself, where do these people get their money from? They also get their money through tax paying. But they are honest people, their citizens are committed to paying tax. So that's why we say always we want to go out there, go to outside China, America, and other countries to work, because we feel that that is a right way. When you go, the cost of living there is good. You get everything cool. You get money early. But the question, the question is, do they pay tax? Yes, indeed, they pay tax. In outside, when you evade tax, in the next seconds, you'll be arrested. You have to be country. In this country, Ghana, people have been evading tax, but yet still the law does not comply. So in this our presentation, we are going to look at some of the laws when people violate it and the way forward to make sure that the law deal with those people. Thank you for today's presentation, and God bless you. I am Kopo David. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, David Kopo, and watch this video. Thank you for watching this episode.